What's up there, everybody? Hope you're having a good one. And today, Crimson Viper has been released into the Street Fighter 6 canon. So we are going to be checking her out, going into a bit of her history, and we are going to be doing her story mode. So let's take a look here and see what we have for Crimson Viper. Alright, so Viper came out in Street Fighter 4. And of course we know that Street Fighter 4 originally came out in the arcades in 2008. It was then released on console in 2009. She is based off of a CIA agent, basically. And her job was to gather information about Shadaloo, gather information about M. Bison. So we are looking at a secret agent is what we have. She is based on high-tech gadgets, right? So previously in the Street Fighter 4 series, she has the ability to have electric and electric punch. She can do seismos on the ground for ground pressure to lock people down on the ground. She has the ability to have a command jump. She has a forward moving flame kick, and the flame kick can be used in various ways, including cross-ups. So she has a lot of options and ways that she can really use her pressure and mobility to really to catch people in the air and to lock them on the ground in a stun and start up a heavy offensive game. So she's all about locking you down, using her speed to close the gap in the jump, and then create an Oki situation, and then have a lot of momentum on her side. That's basically what she's all about. I specifically remember being a Vega player, the key of Viper generally was, because Vega has terrible anti-airs, I had to get above her as much as possible and just jump on her head. I was like, you're going to jump on her head with your fierce punch. I don't care what's going on. You got to get on top of her head. So when she has the screen at her disposal, she's crazy. She's also crazy if you're not aware of if she's trying to do a setup or a feint on the ground, because then that's when she's going to lock you down. She could get you into a frame trap, and then she's going to close the gap, and then she's going to try to open you up, right? So that was the general gist of Viper in Street Fighter 4, and we know that Latif had won Evo with Crimson Viper. Now, we are going to head on over to Marvel vs. Capcom. C. Viper was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 as one of the characters on the roster for that. Now, instead of working for SIN, she was supposedly working for S.H.I.E.L.D. and trying to help out basically with them. Then we have Street Fighter V, which she is in the story mode of Street Fighter V, but she's not a playable character in Street Fighter V. I thought she would have been really fantastic in that game, but they were saving her for Street Fighter 6, so she was not a playable character in Street Fighter V. She made an appearance for that. Now, here we are in Street Fighter 6. and she is just released. So she isn't even online yet. This is the offline version of a Crimson Viper, and she has a lot of her nostalgic moves from Street Fighter 4. So we have the gloved electrical options, we have the flame kick options, we have the seismo options to lock you down on the ground. She has her feints, right? She has her command hop, but when she does her burning kick, she now has a follow-up option of hitting you an additional 1 or 2 times, but that will cost a bar. And she can do her super jump, but that will cost a bar. And that's not saying that that is an OD, an overdrive, or an EX option. It's just which would take 2. It's just 1 for her to access these things. Now, in my opinion, the way that they have her, where you have all of these options, and they are all available to you, but some of them you have to pay, but not the full price of 2 bars, but you have to pay 1. For what she is going to be able to unlock is my thoughts on this. I think that is worth it. Because what's going to happen is this. She has a plethora of specials. She has a plethora of moves that can link into different things, which means she's going to have a ton of combo routes. If she has a ton of combo routes and she has options to do combo extensions, that means that dependent upon scaling, her damage is going to be very high in the right high execution hands. So to keep her in check, Capcom said, all right, some of these options, besides scaling, we need to make her pay to access the additional things that you would need to do these additional combo routes or these setups. And that's where the bar for the command jump comes in, you know, and the bar for her 1 follow-up or her double follow-up. So I completely agree to that. If you access her level 1, which is here. No, that's her level 2. Level 1. Okay, so here she is, right? And she now has access to command jump until the end of the round. And she has access to her cancel options until the end of the round. Until she is in burnout. And if she's in burnout, then you can only do it once. And then that utilizes her options at that point until you access the level 1 again. Now this is what's so interesting about the whole thing, because I had been testing her out. Her level 1 does good damage, okay? But you have the extensions that high execution players are going to want to have from her, right? But if you access her level 2, which is this one here. If you combo into this, the damage is on its own, and plus this is modern, right? There's 20% tax. If you combo into it, the damage is very considerable. It's a lot. And especially if you combo and get her level 3, she does a ton of damage. So I think it's going to come down to, do you want to have your resources as instantly accessible, or do you want to pay for them to access the level 2 and the properties, the enhanced properties of level 2, like invincibility, or do you want to then use it for level 3? So she's got a lot of cool things. She's got a lot of cool options. And the other thing that she has, which she brought from Street Fighter 4, is they call it in Street Fighter 6 Focus Force. And that's not it. I had it. Wait a minute. Try to remember here. She just came out like 30 minutes ago. I can't. Where's my mouse? I can't find my mouse. There. Here, Focus Force is neutral. Duh. Okay. So there. So the key is that she can use that as like a focus attack. If you time it just right, then you can also be able to utilize it in different ways. So it says here, produce a protective barrier in front of you. You absorb the opponent's strike or attack, and you release the button to perform an attack. It can be canceled while held with a forward dash. So it gives you different options, and it's very reminiscent of the focus attack in Street Fighter 4. I mean, I'm happy that it came through. I think it's interesting to see. I'm sort of curious if some of the other characters further into the DLCs in the seasons that we go, if they are also going to be accessing something like this. But what else is really interesting is this. So if you do her size moves, if I press straight down, and this is modern, right? I get her medium size mode. Now watch. If you can see me, I'm going straight down. But if I go down forward, she goes further away. And if I go down back, she does a close one. Now that's really neat. That's really neat. So then I thought, okay, well, wait a second here. That is really awesome. Now, if you do, if you press forward, you get her uppercut electric. Okay. Now, in Street Fighter 4, she had a variety of different electrics. And one was, she would travel across the ground. Another one was she would travel, okay, that's quarter circle forward. There. Okay, so in a modern, if you do quarter circle back, you get the lower version of the electric knuckle. If you do quarter circle back medium, you get the mid version, and then if you do, the quarter circle back, which is also very interesting. If you do the quarter circle back heavy, then you get the uppercut one, which is really something to see. So that's nice. Those are really good options. Then that actually makes me wonder here if I do her flame kick. So this is back special. And I do back special. Boy, it's just so interesting because sometimes I feel that Modern, they want to kind of throw you off a little bit, because when I play Sagat, Sagat's Modern Tiger Shot is down special. No, it's back. Wait a second, I have to look at it again. That's classic. See, the only thing I know is, yeah, it's back. Yeah, it's down. It's down. So to get the neutral Tiger Shot, it's down. And then if I want the low Tiger Shot, I have to hold down back, right? And it's very interesting. Because you don't think I have to press down, because Ryu is the opposite. Ryu is neutral. And if I hold down, he does a blade kick. And if I hold down back, he still does the blade kick. So it just makes me wonder. I have a hard time sort of figuring out, and I don't know if it's, well, we're doing it because you are getting the accessibility of Modern. But it just makes me wonder how these characters' moves are literally flipped from each other, let alone just different, you know? So here, we're getting fireballs. And if I press down, it's a blade kick. And if I press down back, it's a blade kick. But with Sagat, it's different. Shoot, why does it keep going? With Sagat, I get Tiger Knee. It's amazing. And then if I want his regular Ryu fireball, I have to press down. And if I want the low one, I have to press down back. Isn't that something? Now, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's just amazing to me. Yeah, something new. I know, right? So anyways, it's very interesting. But I think, I don't know. It's all a little different. So, okay. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to take a look at, Viper in her World Tour mode. And, see what her situation is. We'll put her back on the screen here real quick. Viper. And Viper's basic story in Street Fighter 6 is she is undercover again, right? But she is the lead in a lab, and she, is testing all kinds of different things. And in Street Fighter 4, she was a mother. She's still a mother, and her name in Street Fighter 6, her alias is Grace Hill. And instead of the group being SIN, it's now Searing. And ironically, the Mecha Zangief outfit that is out just now, if you look really closely on his visor, it says that. They etched it into his visor. So he must be some sort of a robot that is made by, her secret CIA group there and everything. Objective is still the same. gather all kinds of information, gather information about what is possibly going on with Shadaloo, what is going on with Bison, and that's basically what she's up to. So okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna check out we'll check out Viper there and check her on the world tour. So let's see. All right. Oh, this is all paused.
Special match.
Okay. Thank you 3 times. I know, right? Okay. Whoops.
Versus arcade. Story.
Okay, so here we go.
I'm like a diamond, I shine under pressure. But life's been trying me, I learned all my lessons. I realized I gotta kill all my blessings.
Into the story mode here. Turn this up a little bit.
I suffer from defeat, so success is my medicine. Destined for greatness, so you know that I'm back again.
Understood. Leave this to a professional.
All right.
Director Hill, about the data from the previous experiment.
Good morning, Director Hill. Director Hill, we need to get back to administration about that equipment ASAP.
I can always count on you to do things quick, Director Hill.
My name is Grace Hill. Workaholic Director of Siren Holdings Research and Development Department. A divorced mother of 1.
Oh, she's divorced too. God bless her. Okay.
But there's a juicy little secret buried deep inside that workaholic. Grace Hill is nothing but a cover story. Crimson Viper. My code name. I'm an elite operative from an organization you may have heard of before. Siren may have the appearance of a responsible company on the outside, but on the inside?
I forgot to say that supposedly Crimson Viper is also based on Angelina Jolie. And since I heard that, now that's all I see is Angelina, which is very, very cool, very cool.
They've been using data collected from the most infamous criminal organization in history. Formerly most infamous. And now, because of all that, I've got to deal with ex-Shadaloo punks, opportunists, agents from other orgs, yada yada yada.
Yada yada yada. Oh my god.
Each of them more trouble than the last. Scurrying little pests that need to be compromised and put to a permanent end. But that comes with the territory. Which means...
That's a nice picture. They did a really good job with that one.
I have another long night of overtime ahead of me.
United Kingdom.
Alright, here we go. Ooh.
Stay out of my business.
Time to play.
Round 1. Fight.
Hold still.
Just to say, real quick, Let's look at that again. Trying to throw it backwards. Okay. So Viper, her forward throw, she would, in Street Fighter 4, she would grab you and then she'd go like this and then she'd launch across the screen. But her back throw, she'd grab you, which they've incorporated it into an animation, like a movie animation, which is very cool. But I just remember she'd grab you and then she'd go up on your shoulders and she'd grab your head. She'd go like this. And then she'd have electricity that would come out. And then she would backflip off. And then you would land right there. That was her back throw. Which, I mean, these are nice. Don't get me wrong. If you guys notice that with her, and some other characters too, but with her, it seems that both of the throws have a somewhat generous to a very generous amount of distance after you access it, which is something that I think is something that is being monitored. Because the key is that throws in Street Fighter 6 are very strong. So they're probably saying, look, you do a throw and you land within a certain range, that is going to lead to a harder wake-up opportunity for certain characters that don't necessarily have the best wake-up options. They would, like, not have to use, but I mean, they can try to wake up safely, but some of them, one of their best options is the wake-up reversal. And people, you don't want to use that all the time. It eats up your resources. So, them creating these characters now in the more recent DLCs and having a more forgiving amount of space after a throw, I think it's a good thing. Then you have to push yourself to close that gap to try to continue the offense. We did some faint size moves there.
Round 2.
See if I can do them again.
Fight.
I don't remember what I did. She is not one jump.
Viper wins.
Eh. Very nice.
USA.
Kimberly. Ooh.
Stay out of my business.
You call, I answer.
Round 1. Fight.
button.
Party time. This will
I'm just trying to practice my Seismo
Viper.
timing there. Oh, thank you. I have a funny story about these glasses. I'll tell you. When we're done. Well, actually, I'll just say it. So these are my cousin's glasses. He had them, and he didn't want them anymore. So I ended up buying them off of him. We got that truck.
Unknown.
Stay out of my business.
Hope you'll put up a fight.
Round one. Fight.
Doesn't go forward.
Round two. Fight.
Oops. I thought I could scoot over that thing.
Viper wins. United Kingdom.
Ooh.
Siren was recently hired by an outside company to analyze the fighting data of a number of martial artists. When I looked into the client, I found nothing. They were a shell corporation. Following the money has led me here.
Following the money leads you a lot of places. You can find out a lot of information doing that.
Is there something I can assist you with? I'm afraid you likely have the wrong person.
I'm sure I don't, Johann. Or was it Jean-Philippe?
Yep.
Though it doesn't matter, does it? I'm sure it's best not to use your real name when handling Shadaloo's finances. I admit, I'm curious. Just where is all that money going? And what exactly are you planning? Don't keep me waiting.
I do apologize. I don't believe I'll be able to satiate that curiosity.
Stay out of my business.
An honor, to be sure.
Round one.
All right.
Now then. Ready to talk? What? An illusion? Damn it!
Huh? He disappeared.
I shall be taking my leave now. Give my regards to everyone at Langley.
He's gone. Not everything about my cover story is a lie. I am a workaholic and a mother of one. That much is true. Ah. Hey, I'm back.
Mom!
Mm.
Hey, how was...
Wow, Mom. You
Mm.
look worse than usual.
It's only half as bad as it looks. I went all the way to England, only for everything to fall apart.
Oh. Your work is rough. I get it. Then leave dinner to me, okay? I got just the thing.
Oh, Lauren, you really are the best! I couldn't ask for a more perfect daughter.
Yeah.
Mm.
Don't be so cringe, Mom.
Oh, I got you some chocolates as a souvenir. Apparently, it's made for the royal family.
Yay!
Mm. Well, that's nice. They did a really good job with that. I think that's really cute. I like that. I think the way that her daughter is made is real nice.
Then let's have that and some tea before dinner.
Aw.
You got it. It doesn't matter how hard I have to work. If it means I get to give my girl the life she deserves.
That's nice. That was really well done. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, good. Well, that was a really nice... I'm happy you guys liked it. That was a really nice... They did a really good job in that story. I think it was really well done. I think it was really well done. I liked it.
Thanks for playing.
I wonder if... I think we get the art... Yeah.
Congratulations.
Ooh. Oh. That's cute. That's another good one. Very nice. American Diner in the background there. Oh, and that's the cell phone charm. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. That's a classic. That's a good one. Cute. That was in the Street Fighter 4 manual, which I bought. Yeah, I remember that photo. I remember that, or picture drawing. That's a classic. That's a classic. Very nice. That was really well done. That was a good one. That was a good one. Enjoying a Sunday. Yeah. It looked like it was painted. It was, I liked it. I liked it. King of Fighters. You know what? I have, City of the Wolves. And I like it. I liked it. I think it's a very good game. I really do. Actually, Ken's in the game. And, but I like playing Rock the most. I like playing Rock the most. It's a very fun game. Seriously, it really is. It really is. It's a very fun game. And one of my buddies is extremely good at that game. Alex Smith, and he's, traditionally a jury player for Street Fighter, but he's a B Jeanette in City of the Wolves, and he's been doing really, really well. He's a good buddy of mine, but somebody that I'm like loosely friends with. Whenever I see him, I always say hi and everything. We chat a little bit, is Zhao Hai. I met him at, years ago in Street Fighter 4. There was a competition called Street Fighter League, and it was on television, and I went to Street Fighter League, and, you know, in between matches and everything, we just hung out and talked, and he's a really nice guy. He's a really nice guy, he's a good guy. And he's a fantastic City of the Wolves player. And he won Evo France just this weekend. And also Street Fighter for the Esports World Cup. He won Esports World Cup last year in Street Fighter, and he was second because Goichi won City of the Wolves. And I remember thinking, this is just amazing, because Zhao Hai won twice and Ulsan won twice for Tekken. It's crazy. Blew my mind. Oh. Well, so my theory is when I consider, I mean, it depends on which game you're playing, but for me personally, I consider video games and certain games are fantasy, right? So you're going to see characters that are sort of superhero-esque, right? And they look superhero-esque. And and the body types are very, they can be exaggerated, but I like the differences. I mean, I like how Aki is very linear and lanky. I think she looks great. I like how Elena is taller, but she's a thinner, like, muscular build, and her back is actually really well done. She's got nice shoulders, and she's got a nice back. I think Chun-Li looks like how she should, you know? And her legs might be a little exaggerated, but that's the point, you know? So I can see that. Jury seems pretty, to be honest, I think Jury looks kind of she kind of looks pretty average. She looks kind of realistically normal. I think Cammy looks pretty realistically, like there's nothing too outrageous about her. Lily too, you know, she's pretty normal. Kimberly's pretty normal. Manon, I mean, she seems pretty normal too. Maurice she's big, but I really appreciate that they made her pretty realistic, because, you know, she's I don't have her other outfit in here. I like how she's, I don't know how to say this. She's I really don't know how to say this. When I was doing my bodybuilding, my body really changed. And I lost a lot of fat and gained muscle. And it took a lot to try to get to that point. And my body didn't look anywhere near hers, but the way that she's proportioned here, I really respect it. So I think she looks great. I think she looks really fantastic. She's big, but she looks like a natural feminine big, and I respect that. So, you know, I'm not going to go too much into why, but, you know, but there are some characters that have some exaggerations, you know, but she looks top-wise in proportion to me of what a natural feminine bodybuilder would look like without any surgical intervention, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. I play fighting games every day. Yeah, they're fun. Okay, so awesome stuff here for Viper, that is. And you know, and she's no doubt she's on the phone with her daughter. That's who she's talking to. She's talking to her daughter. That's neat, because she's having a good time. Boy, isn't that interesting? So she's on the phone having the time of her life because she's talking with her daughter, and the keychain's on the phone. It's either her daughter's keychain or her daughter gave it to her. But then when she's in game, she's no nonsense. That's pretty cool. I like that. I think it's pretty neat.
Understood. Leave those to a professional.
Yeah, so then she goes, okay, and then she puts the phone away, and then she's down to business. And then she looks over and she's a little kind of smug. It's interesting. I like it. The PS1. Advanced. PS1 Advanced. Well, I had a bunch of PlayStations in the past and everything. We're going to, when the Wolverine game comes out, we'll look into trying to get that. Yeah. And PlayStations are good. PlayStations are very nice. Actually, I gotta tell you, I really liked how everything was all in a self-contained unit. Because there's things with mine that I have to update and maintenance and figure out. And with the PlayStation, it just did it on its own. And with this, I'm like, I gotta figure out all this other stuff, and yeah. But anyways, okay. PS1. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to stop the video here, and then we're going to start it back up, and we're going to go through the trials and see what the deal is for that. And actually, I'm going to go through and see if anybody is playing high level ranked with her, and we're going to see what everybody's doing, because last time that we checked the high level ranked on release, we were watching Kakeru with Elena, and he was amazing. So we're going to see what's going on with that. I hope you guys had a wonderful time with the history and a little bit of intro of Crimson Viper there, and the story mode was absolutely fantastic. We are going to switch it over to the training and the trials, okay? And I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I will see you soon. Bye.